speaker, and we're going to go on the record. People versus Jordan Francis. Mr. Jadala.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Francis. For purpose of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. And Your Honor,
And
for purposes, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure she could hear you. Okay, Ms. Francis, can you hear Mr. Jadala?
Yes, I can. He just called me. And
Okay.
I can hear him.
Okay, perfect. And Mr. Jadala, you had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Francis?
Yes, Your Honor, I've had opportunities to, and I've had an opportunity also to speak with Prosecutor City Attorney Mr. Rob Young. Your Honor, I've explained to Ms. Francis that today she's going to be pleading no contest to one count of malicious destruction of property. There will be no fines and costs, and so long as she stays out of trouble for 9 months, this case will be dismissed. Your Honor, Ms. Francis understands the right she's waiving by doing this, and she'd like to avail herself to the plea and plead no contest, Judge.
Is that correct, Ms. Francis?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And you understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice to rights form, as Mr. Jadala has explained to you, and that you're not contesting this charge.
Yeah.
As discussed, I will accept your plea. I'll defer it under 771. I won't assess any costs. And you stay out of trouble for 9 months and it'll be dismissed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on a personal note, Ms. Francis, then that'll resolve this matter. On a personal note, how are you doing, Ms. Francis?
Judge Drain, I've been doing really good. I got my son home. I've been doing really good.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Now, I do want to remind you, if you didn't know, that you have a Belleville case that's scheduled.
Yeah, I explained that to him.
Okay.
And he said that wouldn't matter.
No. I'm just reminding you that you have a Belleville case scheduled. No. Whatever happens in the Belleville case, that happened before you took this plea today. So it won't affect your deferred. But that I just wanted to make sure that you knew that on July the 15th, you have a pretrial in that matter with Belleville.
Yes, ma'am. I got that written down.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you so much, Judge Green. You have a wonderful day, honey.
You too. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Mr. Jadala, I have Tremone Daniels, who was set at 920. The charges, the improper license, and the offer has failed to display. I told him it would be $345. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him. He said he paid us some money. It was on unpaid tickets. So and he is not valid still. He's still suspended. So it was, the offer is for a failed to display. All right. And Mr. Daniels, all you're going to do is hit join.
Okay.
There you go. Mr. Jadala, did you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Daniels?
I sure did, Judge. We're ready to proceed.
All right, People versus Tremone Daniels.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P 62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Daniels. For purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute, Your Honor. For purposes of pretrial, Mr. Daniels would like to avail himself to the plea. He'll be pleading guilty to 1 count of failing to display a license, and he'll need time to pay, Judge.
And Mr. Daniels, is it true that this is an old case. On March the 26th of 2015, that you failed to display a valid license when you ran into Huron Police Department?
Yeah.
And I am waiving a bunch of the old fees and stuff, so I will make it the $345 that we discussed.
Okay.
And I'll back that out. Michelle, make sure if there's a clearance, it says paid, but I don't see the payment on the file. So if it's not, take this to pay the clearance too. If there's, I have monetary transaction, actually, maybe they just as a credit card. So it looks like it was paid. Do you know what stands between you and a license, Mr. Daniels? Yeah, you cut out. You cut out.
A lot of tickets, and I took care of everyone. I took care of Detroit, and I took care of you guys. And
Yeah,
everybody I took care of. So at this point, it shouldn't be no hold on my license.
Yeah,
or
it
nothing like
says
that.
you're still suspended, and I have to, let's see, 2020. Let me see if I can figure it out, because this new driving record is much more difficult. 2020. Hang on, I'm trying to see if I can tell you. Nope. Looks like you, oh, wait, what's the date of this? Let's see. Nope, this was run yesterday. Huh. Yeah, I don't understand. Because everything looks like, I found it. Dearborn, the 19th.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
the one. Yep,
that's-
It looks like,
yeah.
it looks like Dearborn. Let me go through the rest of them. It's challenging for me to figure out these new driving records, but I think I've got it down now. Ha ha ha. Do you have it down, Miss Foley?
Maybe not.
You can, I'm telling you, it's taken me a minute because obviously you're used to reading the old ones, but I think I've got it figured out now. But yep, Dearborn is the place that you're still suspended. Okay, here's my concern. Miss Foley, all of these tickets go back to 2015.
Yeah.
This failed display might.
Your Honor, we'll move to reduce it to allowing an unlicensed driver.
I appreciate that, because if we can do anything to, you're welcome, Mr. Jadala, for me doing your job.
Thank you, Judge. You're the best.
Yeah, because if we do anything that we could possibly, I mean, the only thing he's got left is Dearborn, and it's also a December 2015 case. So hopefully if I do this as allowing an unlicensed to drive, then hopefully, Mr. Daniels, when you go to Dearborn, hopefully you can take care of theirs, pay the reinstatement fee to the Secretary of State and get a license.
Okay.
Okay. Did you need a payment plan? Yours $345. Can you pay $50 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it 480-765-8079? Phone number?
Yeah. No,
And-
no, that's 480-765-9787.
9787. Okay, I'll amend that. And then I have a email address of mondaniels1@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Then you are all set. We'll send you the payment plan. You got to deal with Dearborn, and then you should be good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
We have Rebecca Jenkins joining us. It's actually Kurt Jenkins. Are you there, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor.
On Mr. Jenkins
Hello,
and on the last name, Philip, what's your first name?
Jillian.
I see you at, and on Jillian Phillips. Let's see. First of all, Miss Phillips, on your case, there's a offer from the prosecutor that if you plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, it'll be $345. It is not reported to the Secretary of State. You can take that plea or you can talk to the court-appointed attorney if you would like.
I'll take the plea.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form? And is it true that you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle that you were in on March the 27th of this year?
Yes, so what
I
happened?
know that you were the I understand it's kind of a misnomer. I understand that you were the driver, but doesn't go on your driving record this way. Do you understand?
Yes,
It's $345, like I just discussed. And do you need time to pay that or can you pay it within 30 days?
I probably need some time.
Can you pay $50 a month?
Yes,
And you can make more payments if you want, okay?
okay,
Let me see. Can I get a cell phone number and an email from you?
sure. 734-624-7674.
And an email.
XO Jillian, JILLIAN 011@gmail.com.
Perfect. We will send you a payment plan, make the payments and you'll be done with us, okay?
Okay,
Thank you. On Jenkins, Mr. Jenkins, can you hear me? Nope, he's still connecting. And on the iPhone, what's your last name?
Booker.
Good morning, Mr. Booker.
Good morning.
Hang on, let me pull your file. Mr. Booker, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you, that actually there's no offer. Mr. Jadala, he doesn't have a valid license. It's revoked. The Sumter prosecutor isn't offering any deal. I'm going to put you in a breakout room. It's still $345 for the driving unsuspended. If you'd rejoin breakout room number 1, Mr. Jadala, and I'll send Mr. Booker there. Mr. Booker, can you go ahead and hit join? And the court-appointed attorney will meet you in the breakout room. Ms. Phillip, you're all set.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yep. Mr. Jenkins, can you hear me? Mr. Jenkins? Nope. Mr. Jadala, did you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Booker?
I have, Judge.
People versus Leon Booker.
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Booker. For purposes of arraignment, would waive formal reading and stand mute. And Your Honor, for purposes of pretrial, I've spoken to Mr. Booker and I've communicated him there is no offer. He alerts me, Your Honor, that he has a review date that's pending. He's waiting for the Secretary of State to give him the review date. He's paid all of his outstanding tickets, and he's awaiting for that review date due to a substance abuse matter that happened years ago. So
I must have had him on it. Mr. Booker, I had you on a felony, didn't I? And then I set this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, because I have a notation on this. Did you do inpatient?
No.
Okay, I was just curious. What happened with your felony?
They bond, you bonded over, so I'm waiting. I go
You're
back to
still
court
waiting on that matter. Okay.
in
But
June.
did you want an adjourned pretrial, Mr. Jadala, to see
Yes,
what's
please.
happening with the reinstatement? In the meantime, Mr. Booker, what I want you to do is I want you to go online and pay $45 so that you have your clearance on this file, okay?
Okay.
So you're gonna go on our online and it'll say, pay a ticket or make a payment or something like that and pay $45 and I'll clear your license out from us, okay?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give an adjourned, you're gonna stay on this,
Yes, Judge.
Pam? Mr. Jadala?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna give you an adjourned pretrial date of June the 10th at 9:50. And see if we can't work towards getting your license back. All
Thank you,
right?
Judge.
But make the
Yes, ma'am.
$45 payment before you have before you have the hearing with the Secretary of State, okay?
Okay.
And then, let me see, I've got an email, hang on one second. I have a phone number of 313-590-7602
Yes, ma'am.
and an email of aniab07@gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, wait. Michelle, wait a second, Mr. Booker. Michelle, will you check if he already paid the clearance? Give me just a second.
Hello?
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that. No, I wasn't sure. Yeah, no, go on and make the $45 payment. I had
Okay.
two different notations, but it hasn't been paid. So make that payment and then I'll see you in a month. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right, you're all set. Mr. Jenkins, can you hear me now? Mr. Jenkins? Hello? No.
Your Honor, I tried texting him directly to swipe left. Sometimes that works on phones. I
Yeah.
don't think he's responded to my chat.
Okay. DeAndre Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're on mute. Please unmute yourself.
I'm here.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. How are you?
Good, just got off work.
I have an offer from the prosecutor that they'll dismiss the no dog license. And if you pay a $200 fine on the dog at large. They'll defer it for 3 months, no trouble, and it'll be dismissed. If you want to take that plea, I have the court-appointed attorney on here if you want to talk to the court-appointed attorney.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, Mr. Jadala, did you get that?
I did, Judge.
Perfect, thank you. All right, all you're gonna have to do, Mr. Smith, is hit join. Give me 1 second. And go ahead and hit join. Mr. Jenkins, trying again, apparently not. Mr. Jenkins, can you hear us? No. Okay, you need to connect with audio. All right. Well, at least he's responding to my chat.
On their end, don't they?
Hello. Hello.
Oh, there, we got it now, Mr. Jenkins. Perfect.
Oh,
All
Your
right,
Honor, I
Mr.
believe- I
Young.
don't know what happened to my client. He seems to have
Oh,
disappeared.
yeah, he probably, let's see if he's in the breakout room. Mr. Young, on Mr. Jenkins' case. Can you unmute?
I'm on mute, Your Honor, or I mean, I'm off mute. So this is a blight case that's caused the township a lot of problems. I talked to the ordinance officer this morning. Mr. Jenkins has been adding problems to the property as opposed to removing it. What I'm asking the court to do is either accept a plea of guilty. In that regard, then I'm willing to be as liberal as I can with the court's discretion, allowing him to clean this up. If he doesn't want to do that, then I'd ask the court to set it for trial, and we'll take the necessary action that the court will allow.
Mr. Jadala, you want to talk to Mr. Jenkins in a breakout room?
I sure do, Judge.
Mr. Jenkins, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with our court-appointed attorney. All you're going to have to do, it's going to come up on the screen. I want you to hit join.
Hello, the judge was on there.
Good morning, ma'am. What's your last name?
Hello, I think I'm early. My
That's
name is
okay.
Vicky. My name is Miller. Let me go outside.
Vicky Miller, you're good. Yep, I'll pull your file. Hang on just a
Oh,
second, Miss Miller.
What a coincidence. They said early bird catches the worm. So okay, let me go.
All right,
outside.
Miss Miller, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to this open burning, they'll recommend a deferred sentence for a period of 60 days, no trouble for the 60 days, payment of $150. In this case, will be dismissed. If you're interested in taking that plea, otherwise I can have you talk to the court-appointed attorney. Did I lose you?
Can I ask you what is the
It's if you,
fine if I decide to harm you? Because it
It's
was
a-
accidental.
Why don't I have you talk to the court-appointed attorney? Hang on just a minute and I'll have you talk to him, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So just hang out. He's in a breakout room with somebody else right this second.
Okay,
Mr.
I'll wait.
Hannon, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Mr. Hannon, I have a stipulation that, oh, you know what? I want you to talk to the court-appointed attorney. So just hang out for a minute, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Both of you. You got one person in front of you, Mr. Hannon.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Mr. Jadala on Mr. Jenkins.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jenkins. Your Honor, at this time, we're going to waive formal reading and stand mute. Also, Your Honor, my client would like to plead guilty as charged, Your Honor, and he's just going to need time to pay all costs, and he wants to let this court know he's doing everything he can now and will continue to do everything he can to clean up the property. He's doing it solely by himself, and he's doing his best.
Mr. Young, do you want me to, if I take the plea, I'm less concerned about getting money out of Mr. Jenkins and more concerned about the cleanup.
Yeah, what I'm asking Mr. Jenkins to do is to work with Peter Gregory, the ordinance officer, but I would like a time as to when this matter can get cleaned up. And as in the past, this isn't our first rodeo when it comes to this. As long as there's substantial improvement, time is always extended. The moment that there isn't, then we ask for the court to take the next step. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm under too much pressure not to do anything anymore about this. sort of
Hang
thing.
on just a second. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take information from, well, let me get a plea first. Mr. Jenkins, you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yeah,
And is it true that you have blight on your property and you understand that you have to get it cleaned up?
yes, I do.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this for, do you have a phone number for the ordinance officer, Mr. Young?
I do. It is 734-740-0059.
Mr. Jenkins, do you have that phone number?
Yes, I do. I've been
Okay.
meaning to call Gregory about.
Well,
What?
this is what I want to do. I want to set this for a sentencing in 90 days so that it gives him an opportunity to get with Mr. Gregory. I am making a notation, Mr. Young, that you're to appear at sentencing and the officer so that we can see what the status is. Mr. Jadala, I'm leaving you on this too. So Shannon will reach out and make sure that all three on the sentencing, so that we can say that if we got 90 days, Mr. Young, then maybe he's substantially cleaned up or not, or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I have no problem with that. Do you have a date yet, or are you just gonna let us know? 90 days?
Well, I mean, I could just set a date if you want me to.
Well, I can make sure that Mr. Gregory is available for that date.
Let's
It
do
might-
that then. Let me set a date since I have the, whatever. So it would be sometime in August. Either the end of August, beginning of September. I have either August the 19th at 11:30 or September 2nd at 11:30.
Your Honor, I take September 2nd. I want to give Mr. Jenkins as much time as possible.
Also, does Mr. Jenkins want to give me his number that I can pass on to Mr. Gregory? If he doesn't, that's okay, but
Yeah, can I get a cell phone number and an email from you, Mr. Jenkins?
Cell 734-231-1884.
okay, thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
And an email?
Kirk Jenkins at 65@yahoo.com.
Kurt Jenkins 65 at Yahoo?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this for a blight review / sentencing. Oh, for goodness sakes. On September the 2nd, at 11:30. And if anybody's got any problems before that, you know what I mean, that need to be addressed, Mr. Young, just let me know and we'll reset it, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, you're all set for today, Mr. Jenkins, but make sure you get a hold of Mr. Gregory, okay?
No problem.
All right. Mr. Jadala, next I have Vicky Miller, which is an open burning. The offer is a deferred for 60 days with $150 in cost. She wanted to talk to you. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with her. If you rejoin breakout room number 1, I'm going to send her there right now.
Thank you.
If you go ahead and join, Ms. Miller. Mr. Hannon, you're next.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jenkins, I'm going to go ahead and remove you. You're all set. And then, Mr. Kaminsky, I see you. What's the status on Mr. Kaminsky's files, Mr. Young?
Out of the 3 blight cases I had, the township will not request a plea from Mr. Kaminsky today, so long as we have a return date and he consents to allowing Mr. Gregory to go on his property to inspect and get a better idea as to what the status is.
Mr.
Right now,
Mr. Kaminsky, can you unmute?
Pardon me, ma'am.
I just want, that's okay. You're working on cleaning up the property?
Yes, I have started on it.
Okay, and how much time do you think you need to finish it?
I have some large equipment, a backhoe that needs to be moved. I believe that's what he's complaining about. Since I've never met with.
Well, why don't do you consent to Mr. Gregory coming out?
It depends on how far he wants to go on my property. I go back a half a mile.
he wants,
What's in the back is commercial property. It's not residential.
Mr. Young?
Your Honor, Mr. Gregory wants to go on the property. We can have those discussions later on, but we just want to know what's there. I'm just reiterating his request to me this morning.
Well, why
So,
don't you
I mean-
meet with Mr. Gregory, Mr. Kaminsky? I mean, I think they're more worried about what's visible at the road than they are anything else.
That's
There's
what I
complaints-
thought.
There's complaints, Your Honor, from the surrounding property. That's what I'm told. I don't have any contact with any of these people directly.
Right.
This is just what I'm told. I spent time with Mr. Kaminsky over the years, and I have a good relationship. I wish we weren't here, but I'm at the point now where the township is putting immense pressure on all of us to get some of this blight cleaned up. I know that he
Right.
doesn't think he has that condition, but that's why I want Mr. Gregory to go there, and then we can sit down and sort it out. And that's why
Why
I'm
don't
not
you,
asking for a plea.
Mr. Kaminsky, why don't you go ahead and, I'm gonna adjourn this for 1 month to June the 10th at 9:50, and then meet with Mr. Gregory between now and then. Okay, and then hopefully we can figure out exactly what needs to be done. Is that fair?
Yes, what he's interested in what you can see from the road.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to him and make sure that you understand what they're worried about, okay?
Sure, I'll be more than happy to do
Can I
that.
get a cell phone number from you, Mr. Kaminsky?
You can call me at area 734-461-9635.
That's your home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have an email or no?
Yes, it's OK Minsky, MINSKI at Comcast.net.
I'll have Mr. Gregory on that hearing on.
Okay,
June.
Minsky at Comcast.net.
Yes.
But wait a second, let me ask you a question. Is it OKAMI or is the A not eliminated?
It's okay, Minsky, the no A.
So you eliminate the A, okay, I got it. Got it.
He's always difficult, Your Honor.
Yeah, I got it. All right, so we'll see you June the 10th, okay?
All right.
All right,
Thank
you're all set for today. And now it's June the 10th. I know I said that you showed up last month, a month early, and then you showed up yesterday. So, yeah. So I'll see you in a month again. You can tell your wife that I know she's helping you.
That's right.
All right, I'll see you next month. Apparently,
Thank
I'm going to
you.
see you every month because you're early and then. All right, you're all set for today. Thank you, Mr. Kaminsky.
You're welcome.
Mr. Jadala on People versus Vicky Miller.
Respect for Your Honor, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mrs. Miller. For purposes of the arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of pretrial, Your Honor, Ms. Miller will be pleading guilty to 1 count of open burning. She understands it's a $150 fine. Will be taken under a deferred for 60 days, and after 60 days, this case will be dismissed.
That's correct. Is that your understanding, Ms. Miller?
Yeah, can I make a comment, Your Honor?
You absolutely can.
I just wanted to ask a favor. I just want to ask. I've been living here since I was young, since I was 9 years old, and I was raised burning on the property with a hose, but I never knew it was against the law to burn outside in the country. We live out here in the country on
And Ms. Miller,
acres.
that's why
I
they're willing to
understand.
offer you the deal that they're offering you right now, so it can stay off your record. And now, at least you know not to repeat the actions, okay?
Yep. I'll tell you
Okay.
what, Ms.
I was
Miller.
trying to get it reduced. That's why I was trying to get it reduced because
You know what,
that's
Ms. Miller, I'll waive the fine, but don't do it again, okay?
I appreciate that. And I almost died in it because I got some burns on me, but I know not to do it again. And I will not do
Okay,
it.
all right, I'll waive it, but it's
Thank
no
you.
trouble for 2 months and it's dismissed, all right?
God bless you, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're
Thank you, Ms.
welcome.
Miller.
Have a good day. Yep, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Mr. Jadala, I have Mr. Hannon on here. He is, the offer is the OWI and allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and the operating while intoxicated, driving unsuspended will be dismissed. And the
So
open
an
intox.
impaired and an allowing. Got
Yep.
it.
Mr. Hannon, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Jadala. Hang on 1 second, and all you have to do is hit join. There you go.
Thank you.
Miss Courtney, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me pull your file. Hang on just a second.
No problem.
Miss Courtney, I'll have you talk to the court-appointed attorney. He's in a breakout room with somebody else, so give me just a minute, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then the person 348 OT, 19348 OT.
Yes,
What's your last name?
Kirsten Page.
I got it. Okay, let me pull your file. Hang on just a second. Miss Harrison Page, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, that it'll be $345 and it does not go on your driving record. You can take that plea or you can talk to the court-appointed attorney if you would like to. It's up to you.
I just have a question. I thought it was because I was driving with no insurance.
You got 2 tickets. You got the no insurance and you got the driving on suspended because your license was suspended.
Right. Okay, so if I just pay the fine,
$345, it looks like you already paid the clearance. If you pay the $345, it won't go on your driving record and hopefully you can get your license back.
okay, that's fine.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes.
And is it true that you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle that you were in on August the 12th of 2019 in Sumter?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea. Assess the 345 that we just discussed. Can you pay that within 30 days or do you need a payment plan?
No, I can pay it in 30 days.
I'll make a notation, pay within 30 days. You can pay it online. You can pay it live at the court, or you can mail it in, okay? Just make sure you don't forget about it and that you take care of it, okay?
Yep.
You're all set. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Courtney, just hang out, and as soon as Mr. Jadala gets back, we'll have him do you next.
Okay, no problem.
Hello.
All right, Mr. Jadala, you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Hannon.
I have, Your Honor, and respectfully, Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute. And Your Honor, Mr. Hannon would like to avail himself to the plea where he'll be pleading guilty to 1 count of operating while impaired, as well as 1 count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The open intox is being dismissed, and Your Honor, he's prepared to plead that way.
Do you understand, sir, by pleading guilty that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advisor rights form and that you're going to take advantage of this plea offer?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
And is it true that on or about April the 3rd of 2014, they're old cases, that you were driving in Sumter Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were in?
Yes, Your Honor.
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was impaired?
Yes, Your Honor.
You took a breathalyzer and blew above the legal limit?
Yes.
And do you understand this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it voluntary?
Yes.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
No, Your Honor.
And also that you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive the vehicle that you were in?
Yes.
Okay. I'll accept your plea. I have a phone number of 330-843-4664. Is that correct?
It has changed. It is 330-843-4465.
Okay, I'll amend that. And an address of 783 County Road 50, Irondale, Ohio, 43932.
Yes.
And an email address of jrhannontim90@gmail.com.
Junior Hannon. No, that's an old email address. My new email address is Timothy Hannon, HANNAN 8 @gmail.com.
Okay, I got that. Timothy Hannon8@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right, my probation department is gonna reach out to you and have you fill out some paperwork, and she's gonna talk to you, then we'll set it for sentencing, and Mr. Jadala will be there at that point. He'll have contact with you before then too, okay?
All right.
All right, so look for that, look for the email from probation.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Miss
You too.
Courtney. Mr. Jadala, Miss Courtney is next. There is a recommendation, there's no plea offer on the assault and battery. There's a recommendation for counseling. Mr. Young, do you want to make a comment about that case?
The case is very troubling to me. If Sam would like to talk to me about it, I will. But I'm not treating this as just a typical A and B case.
Well, why don't I let him talk? Well, Mr. Jadala, your choice. Do you want to talk to Mr. Young first or Miss Courtney?
I'll talk to Ms. Courtney first, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Miss Courtney, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. All you're gonna do is hit join, and then and Mr. Jadala will meet you there.
Okay, thank you.
Do you need to talk to Mr. Young, Mr. Jadala?
Your Honor, I'd just like to set it for a final pretrial and get discovery. And once he sends me discovery, I'm sure me and Mr. Young can go back and forth and see what we can do.
Okay. Can we adjourn this? Is that okay, Mr. Young? Hello?
I'm sorry, Mr. Young, you're on mute still.
Which I love you muted because I really don't like to hear you go on and on, but
Yeah, address. Thank you very much, Your Honor. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, that's fine with me. Well, are we gonna do June 10th like the other one?
June 10th at 10:40 is the time, Mr. Jadala.
Thank you, Judge.
And do you
Thank you.
understand, Miss Courtney? That you're gonna come in on June the 10th? Can I get a cell phone number and an email from you, Miss Courtney?
Yes, it's 734-373-4520.
Perfect.
And then the email is trippe0420@gmail.
Got it. All right, and we will see you on June the 10th. Do you have a hard address of 13138 Ridge Road in Milan?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right, and Mr. Jadala added you to this.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yep, have a good day.
You too.
And then, Mr. Jadala, what happened? What happened to Mr. Smith? Was it a?
He was gonna take the plea, Judge, and we were good, and I don't know what happened.
Let me see if we've got a phone number for him someplace. All right, okay, hang on. I don't know who's joining us. What's your last name, ma'am?
Thompson.
What is it?
Thompson.
Savannah?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jadala, on Miss Thompson's case, I have an offer of the 9 over speeding, which would be $195, and a double parking on the cycle endorsement, which is $300. So the total would be $494, but the other things would be dismissed.
Got it.
All right, Miss Thompson, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. All you have to do is hit join, and the attorney will meet you there.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Jadala, did you talk to Miss Thompson?
I did, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Thompson. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. Ms. Thompson would like to avail herself to the plea. Will she be pleading responsible to 1 count of 9 over and responsible to 1 count of double parking? She understands the other matters are being dismissed or amended.
Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it true that on March the 14th, you were in Sumter Township, you were going over at least 9 miles an hour over the speed limit?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'll amend the unlicensed to the double parking of 300. The total is the 495 that I discussed before. Can you pay that within 30 days or do you need a payment plan?
I can pay it in like 30 days.
I'm gonna make a notation, pay within 30 days, and then you are all set. Make sure you take care of it, either live, online, or mail it in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're all set. Thank you very much, and have a good day. The person that joined us with the LG Style 6, what's your last name? LG Style 6, Skylo 6. Hello, ma'am?
Your Honor, if you don't mind, can I take 5 for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me, ma'am? Hello? Can you hear me? Let's see. Go ahead, Mr. Jadala.
Thank you, Judge.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Judge.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I meant you gotta type your name in, not tell me. I chatted her and said, what's your name? And I think she's trying to tell me what her name is, but that's not helpful. Good morning, Officer Grant. If you just hang out and mute yourself, I know we've got the 11 o'clock. We're wrapping up everything else first. Do you need a breakout with him, Miss Foley?
If I could.
Sure.
Thanks.
Go ahead and hit join, officer.
Thank you. And good morning.
Good morning. All right, now you're connected. Now you just have to unmute yourself, ma'am. Lower left, probably. Unmute. Yep, you got to click a little red line, touch the button.
Okay, I see it. I think I got it.
You got
Okay,
it.
so
What's your last name?
Tut, T-U-T-T. I'm sure like, can they see me or what? It's Tut, T-U-T-T.
I got it. Brianna?
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late because I woke up late. I've been moving and stuff.
Don't worry about it. As long as I'm still here, it's not a problem. And we still have the prosecutor. Let me pull the files, Miss Tut, and see. I have a stipulation from the prosecutor. Oh, I want you to talk to Mr. Jadala, the court-appointed attorney. Okay,
yes,
so
ma'am.
he took a break just for a second. He'll be back on momentarily, and then I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Mr. Young, were you leaving or were you?
No, I'm gonna go see Paula here in a second.
Well, yeah, no. Actually, we have like 4 or 5 cases set at 10:50. So if you give it 10 or 15 minutes, please.
Yeah.
Because the second because I've got this formal that I've got to do too. So if you just hang out for a few. Hang out for a few. And Mr. Jadala, when you get back.
You the judge lady?
I am the judge lady, I guess. Am I the judge lady?
Oh, you're so pretty. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. You're pretty.
And she's trying to compliment me to get a better deal, Rob.
No, I'm not. No. I don't know what deal I'm gonna get. I'm just, gonna pray God don't have me that much fines because I know I'm gonna have to pay something. But no, you are pretty. I just was saying.
That's the best compliment I've had all week, Rob.
Hey, the judge lady isn't that bad this time. Don't worry.
Look at it. I said the judge lady, but no, you are. So, but I didn't know that you was the judge lady, but that's why I asked. But no, I just was wondering. Okay, so yeah, I hope I do get a good, better deal. I hope I find somebody high. I know I'm going to.
You're good. You're good. Just hang out for a minute though, and Mr. Jadala, I'm going to have him talk to you. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
As soon as he just took a break for just a second. And as soon as he jumps on, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him. So just hold on just a couple minutes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. See, this one I'm not even. I definitely got to go smoke a cigarette since they can't see me. And so, yeah, I'm trying to be the better person in my life.
You can actually, Ms. Tut, you can go ahead and mute yourself if you want to, like, click it back on to mute. I'll do it for you. I'll mute, but yeah, don't smoke on screen, smoke off a screen, okay?
Oh shit, I didn't even know y'all could see me. I'm
You're-
so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. No worries, but just put the phone down or something for a minute while you smoke.
Yes,
But I'm
ma'am.
gonna,
All right. Okay. Well, I'll hear y'all when y'all get back on the screen.
yep, I'm gonna mute you though. There you go. You're muted now, so now we can't hear you, but put it down and you can go ahead and smoke. Miss Foley Carter, is it just one witness on the Simply Construction matter?
It's also Officer Yono.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna give them a half-hour default time, just like I would anybody else. I mean, I understand that we suspect that they may not appear, but that's what I'm gonna do. So if you just go ahead and hang out and mute, and we'll wait, and Officer Yono is gonna appear also, and
He's here.
we'll just wait, okay?
Sounds good.
All right,
Thank you, Lana.
thanks. I was just messaging you, Mr. Jadala, no worries, that I have Miss Tut, who's on the LG Style 6. The offer is for, it is a high BAC case, I think. And the offer is operating while intoxicated and dismissing the other two, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna put her in a breakout room with you. Miss
Thank
Tut, can you unmute yourself now? Let's see. I know I muted you, so let's see if you figured it out. Okay,
No.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Jadala. All you're gonna do is your screen's gonna say join breakout room, and you're gonna hit yes, and he'll meet you there. Mr. Young, apparently, if you wanna run, talk to Paula, you're muted.
No, Judge Lady, she brought me the stuff, so I'm okay with it. That's the greatest name. That's the greatest name.
And she had to do that while you were on, because you will get great
Oh,
joy
that's-
out of that. Miss Foley, you missed it.
Who
It's
lets
the
Rob
best.
in the new court?
What's that?
Who lets Rob in the new court?
Oh, I
Yeah,
know, I
that's-
know. Listen, if I would have had to say, we broke the front doors so they don't even open. I'm joking. I'm not joking that the front doors don't open. We open our first day and the front doors don't open. Go figure. And I think we did it to try to keep him out, and it didn't work.
That's a shame.
You don't have to try that hard anymore, really. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm trying to get Caitlin to take over everything, but she won't do it.
Yeah. All right, well, we're waiting for Miss Tut to come back and then Mr. Young in like 10 or 15 minutes will cut you loose, wait on Miss Foley's formal hearing, and then that's a wrap, people.
Do you have Taylor, a blight case what time was that scheduled for? I don't have the docket with me.
Is that Ernie and Ronnie Taylor?
Yes.
It was set at 10:10, so that's a way not up
Okay.
here.
So do you issue bench warrants on those?
Yep, issue a bench warrant.
Okay.
Well, under the new rules, we wait 48 hours or something if they appear,
Okay.
blah, 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 that type of
Okay.
stuff. But yeah, the
All
only
right.
thing we're waiting on right now is actually the 1050s, Belcher and Wright.
Okay, I'll wait.
And so we'll wait. Yeah, Mr. Jadala, let me close out the room, see if I can't move her. Yeah, that didn't work. I think I gotta close them all out. What are we doing, Mr. Jadala?
She's prepared to plead, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Tut, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
People versus Brianna Tut, Mr. Jadala.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Tut. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of pretrial, Ms. Tut understands that she's going to avail herself to the plea of operating while intoxicated, and the other matters are being dismissed.
Is that your understanding, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form, and you're going to plead to this added count?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on February the 12th of this year, you were in Huron Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were in?
Okay, that's true. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was substantially affected. You blew above the legal limit, correct?
Yes.
Do you understand this plea?
Yes, I think I do.
And is it voluntary? Did anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay. I'm going to accept your plea. I'm going to send you to probation and they're going to talk to you. Can I get a cell phone number from you?
Yes, ma'am. It's 313-765-5802.
5802. I'm going to have Mr. Jadala is going to follow this case, so he will be here for you at sentencing. Do you have an email address that I can get from you too?
Yes, it's Brianna Tut. My first name and my last name, 7@gmail.com.
At Gmail, perfect. Probation's gonna send you some paperwork for you to fill out, and then she's gonna have a conversation with you. Is your hard address 12828 Fenton in Redford?
12828. Yeah, you can send it to there. But I just moved. So I actually just moved last night. But that's my dad's address. So
okay, well, we'll leave it for right now, and then you can change it with Miss Rapp, okay?
Oh, okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's fine. Okay.
Oh, okay. Then she will be in touch, and I'll see you in about a month to a month and a half for sentencing. And Mr. Jadala will talk to you before sentencing, and then
Well, okay. So you're gonna send me something in the mail. My daddy don't check.
She's gonna reach out to you by email.
Email, okay, so I'll definitely get that because I'll check my email every day.
Okay,
because I
perfect.
did not want to go to jail or like miss no appointments or something.
Let me explain something to you.
Yes, ma'am.
When we get to sentencing, I may tell you you have to do a couple of things. As long as you do what I tell you to do, and don't worry about the fines and costs. I'll work out a payment plan with you. I don't want you to lose any more sleep over this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going to put you in jail unless you blatantly ignore me.
Right, and I that's not something I wouldn't do, but sometimes I do forget and stuff. But
No,
like
we
this,
will lay out what you have to do, and your probation time and stuff like that, and we will work with you, okay?
Also, I'm about to be on probation.
You will be probably on probation. I don't know what your background is. There's a possibility that you won't because of the new probation guidelines, but I'm not sure if you'll meet that or not. But it'll be, you'll, even if you're on probation, Ms. Tut, you'll appear with the probation department like this on Zoom. Okay?
Okay. So, but y'all can send me updates and emails so I won't miss them because I'm a person.
You're not
like,
gonna miss anything. Don't worry about it. We have your contact information. We will make sure, okay?
Okay, because I be forgetting stuff like this. Well, not, this is really important now. I don't
No,
want to go to
it'll be
jail.
fine. It'll be fine, I
Okay.
promise, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Tut, you're all set for today, and we'll be in contact with you, okay?
Don't I got a fine or something? Then I got to pay
That will be
y'all?
at sentencing, Ms. Tut. We'll talk about
No,
that
at
at sentencing.
sentencing. I want probation to talk to you first to find out what's going on in your life, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I'll
You have
see you
a
in a
blessed-
month or so.
Okay, you have a blessed and wonderful day, ma'am.
You too. All right,
Okay.
thank you. All right, bye. Mr. Jadala, on Mr. Smith, do you want me to reset it for next month? I don't know.
Yeah, you can reset it, Judge. That's fine. I don't know what happened either. That was very weird.
Michelle, I'm just gonna write reset. And then you can do it. You're all set, Ms. Tut. Actually, I'll go ahead and remove you.
Can he's my look. Well, okay, well, y'all send everything in. Okay, just update me and stuff because I don't know what's going on.
We will. We'll send you some paperwork, and Mr. Jadala has your phone number, and he'll contact you too. Okay.
Okay, you guys have a wonderful and blessed day.
You
then,
too.
okay?
All right. Bye.
Bye. How the fuck I hang this shit up?
All right. I'm gonna reset Smith and Mr. Young. That looks like it's a wrap for you.
Can you put me in a breakout with Sam for a second? I just got to talk to him about if he's got 2 seconds and then I'll be gone, Judge. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
why don't you give him your story or whatever on that assault and battery too, actually, since it,
Oh, okay, all right.
whatever.
It'll
yours-
take a second, I promise.
Yeah, no
'Cause I know you
worries.
got-
I don't care. I think I'm probably done with him too, but yep, I'll go ahead and put you in a breakout room. Whoops,
All right,
I almost
thanks.
put Officer Grant in the breakout room with you. There
He
you
can
go.
come too, I don't care.
All right, goodbye.